Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. The Dragon Quest franchise is a perfect blend of classic RPG gameplay and Akira Toriyama's iconic art style, making for one of the most unique series. I first discovered the franchise with its 9th main installment, Dragon Quest IX and the Sentinels of the Starry Skies. I love me some good alliteration. I still remember the commercials for Dragon Quest IX. Most of them star Seth Green out of all people.
I chose a warrior. Who will you choose?
I remember the focus on the commercials being on customization, and I was digging the idea of mixing different classes with different equipment. I got the game soon after Seth Green told me so. I remember that summer fondly, and it was all because I was playing Dragon Quest IX the entire time. It is still my favorite Dragon Quest game. Not only is it nostalgic, but the amount of customization you could do was mind-blowing at the time. You were able to customize your entire party's equipment and classes, giving you so much freedom. I still love Dragon Quest IX, but there's one problem I have with it. It's still on the DS. It has yet to leave that system, not even as a port. It's crazy because every other mainline Dragon Quest game has been at least ported to another system. Some games have even gotten remakes or remasters. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and even 3 is getting an HD 2D remake. 4, 5, and 6 were remade in this gorgeous 2D art style on the DS. And then you have Dragon Quest 7, which was first remade for the 3DS, with another remake for modern consoles in this gorgeous handcrafted art style. It looks like they used real-life dolls to create this amazing aesthetic. Honestly, this might be the best looking Dragon Quest game to date. This art style perfectly encapsulates Akira Toriyama's iconic designs. And we can't forget about Dragon Quest VIII, which was re-released on the 3DS as well with some quality of life features. Heck, even Dragon Quest X, the online MMO, got an offline version in 2022. Of course, both the online and offline are Japanese exclusive, which is just swell. You can even argue that Dragon Quest XI was re-released on the Nintendo Switch with a whole new way to play the game. I mean, what other franchise remakes their game into this 8-bit art style for the entire game? You can play this game either in its normal 3D art style, or you can play it in this old school classic 8-bit style. That's insane. So again, every mainline game has gotten some kind of re-release or remake, except for my favorite Dragon Quest game of all time, Dragon Quest IX, The Sentinel of the Starry Skies. Wordy subtitle aside, this game absolutely deserves to be remade, or at least ported to modern consoles. It's one of the best JRPGs that I have ever played, and it has some great features that are not present in other Dragon Quest games. The customization of you and your party was wild. I made some really weird party setups, like this one consisting of me, Aang, Link, and Goku. The gang is all here. You can create your party and even change their classes to better suit your style. I love the idea of changing your vocation as well, even though you had to go to a specific place to do it, which was kind of annoying, but it was still fun. Dragon Quest IX even introduced multiplayer co-op. I unfortunately did not have any friends who were interested in Dragon Quest, or who even knew what Dragon Quest was, so I was out of luck. But multiplayer in itself could be a huge seller like it was back in the day. It wasn't perfect, but how many JRPGs have multiplayer? It's so rare that it could be one of the biggest selling points. It won't be for me because I just want to experience this game again, but I remember the excitement of being able to travel around with other people in the overworld. Even without multiplayer, you have the grottos, which act as procedurally generated mini dungeons, which would be a great thing to bring back in something like a remake or remaster. I wouldn't necessarily call Dragon Quest IX the black sheep of the Dragon Quest series, but it isn't one that people normally talk about when discussing Dragon Quest. I do also want to touch on the visual upgrades that this game could have, because nowadays, if you look at Dragon Quest IX, you may think it's a little odd looking. I personally cannot remove my nostalgic goggles from this game, but I know graphically it definitely has aged. I love that you, your party, and some important people in the world are 3D and everyone else is 2D. I actually think it would be really funny if they brought this back, but I know people would probably be confused. It doesn't have to be the most insane graphical update, but I would like it to be a bit cleaner. Also, just imagine this game on the Switch or Switch 2. The mix of portability and online connection would make this game so dang enticing. Of course, it would release also on other platforms, but the Switch is the perfect console for this potential release. And especially after the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, Square Enix clearly wants to bring these classic JRPGs back to the modern audience. I know Dragon Quest 9 isn't that classic, but I think with a fresh coat of paint and a new online system, Dragon Quest 9 Remake could be a big hit. Hopefully one of these days we will get Dragon Quest 9 in some capacity on current gen platforms. It's a gem on the DS and has the potential to be a great multiplayer game with modern Wi-Fi capabilities. Heck, they can even add new online components to add to the experience. But let me know down below if you would like to see a remake or even a re-release of this game. I really think that this could be a possibility. Every other Dragon Quest game has been re-released in some ways, so it's only a matter of time for Dragon Quest 9. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless.